Welcome back, everyone. So we're going to be watching Season 1, Episode 6 of Welcome to Wrexham today. And the episode is called... Who have got the episode?
Hamilton.
Hamilton? Who's
Lewis.
he? No, that'd be stupid.
Lewis Hamilton.
You think he's going to race in?
No.
No, okay.
I don't know what
Hamilton? Is there a player?
The only soccer related was...
Hamilton Academicals, and they're playing in like Scottish Division 71.
Yeah, something like that.
I think actually the average age of their team these days is 4. So
what if Lewis Hamilton came in as an investor? No, we'd have heard about that. That didn't happen.
I don't know. Yeah, it must be a player. It must be a player because it's not a team.
It's got an exclamation mark there, so it's almost like an announcer is shouting Hamilton. So maybe someone scores,
bang,
maybe scores an absolute important goal. They get a win.
Well,
they've been middle of the road recently, haven't they? So they need a big win.
Yeah, the fans are getting a little bit tetchy already. They obviously had dreams of getting that instant promotion. Last episode, we saw a bit into the goalkeeping side of things. Gave his gloves away to those kids and then chased after him, weighed him in as we
stole his gloves back.
And the other half of the episode was about one of the members of the Declan Swans.
Yes, the cancer treatment.
Yes. Yeah. So, that was kind of the main focus. So it would make sense now if maybe we get into some more of the action, see some more goals, and Hamilton's going to absolutely welly in an absolute belter.
I don't know what that means. They're not going to know what that means.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, give the episode a like, and let's jump into this one. Hope you enjoy.
Welly in a belter, what a sentence.
How old are you now?
96.
Wow,
I'll be 97 next March. I was 7.
Mental.
So 90 years of following them.
Up and down. Up and down.
He's been through some stress in his life.
It's not
He has a story.
just a football
it's got a
team.
brick. That's nice.
It is something that it gives people a real sense of community and camaraderie and of belonging to something in a way that without it they just wouldn't have.
By the time this finishes, I'm going to know this song all the way through.
Yeah, and we might know that Buddy Holly was American.
Yeah, Texas.
And not Welsh.
Yeah, that's it. Who would think he's Welsh? So stupid, isn't it? Of course he's from Texas. If I even hear anyone talk about Buddy Holly, I'm like, Texas.
That's it.
Oh, are you
Kill for itself
hungry?
with
Are you ready for your tea?
His fat cheeks.
He's a geezer.
Yeah.
Some people are worried that Ryan Reynolds and his friend are just doing it to make money.
Rob reduced to Ryan Reynolds'
his friend.
Friend Ryan.
That's a good reason. There were some people who bought Wrexham Football Club who wanted to knock the football stadium down.
You wanted to knock?
So that they could make money.
Because it's the oldest stadium, that is always going to be a sticking point, I think.
Definitely.
They are never... I don't know how you expand that stadium because they basically have a pub attached to it. But
Talks of debts amounting to millions and asset stripping.
Going back to the early 2000s, the football club had a number of challenges and the football club was in danger.
This is what they were alluding to there when they said they've been burnt before. When they were.
Man. And tonight, we unravel the truth behind rumours surrounding Alex Hamilton.
Hamilton.
There he is.
Mark Gutterman was a controversial choice among fans. He'd already taken local rivals Chester into administration and relegated from the Football League. And most of the charges against him, including the mortgage fraud, were withdrawn. Reinstated last year, Hamilton now describes himself as a property developer.
And recognise that in this big stadium site that you have here, which is on the edge of town, it's a prime position potentially for redevelopment.
The racecourse is the premier sports ground in North Wales.
And then you just move into like a shared stadium agreement or something. You almost see what happened to Coventry for a while.
What we really want to do is return the stadium to being the crown jewel of North Wales. And sadly, we have an entire stand called the Cop that is, for all intents and purposes, condemned.
Yeah, the Cop. What a name for a football stand, eh?
Nah, rubbish. I wonder why they called it the Cop as well.
Well, some of these laws were drawn up in the 1400s, so they didn't anticipate the pace at which people would want to do things.
Everybody wants it to be back in club hands, and yet months and months and months go by. And look, my frustration is that we can't start on the development process.
We've not had any more questions from the public and the fans as to why it's taking this length of time.
Okay, well, I guess we'll talk later.
Yeah, deeds drawn up in the 1400s.
Yeah. I mean, British councils are notoriously difficult. Like, the amount of red tape is crazy, and I actually wonder if it is the same in the US for the amount of red tape, especially when it comes to buying property and.
Yeah.
It has been our home for all our existence.
So the ground belonged to one company and the club belonged to another. But both were controlled by Alex Hamilton.
He basically stole the stadium. Sold himself the stadium, does that mean?
They took all the investment out over a period, so it wasn't overt initially, but it became apparent that bills weren't getting paid effectively.
If the tax bill remains unpaid, those assets will be seized.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that they would treat the fans like that.
Look Out programme. I wanted to ask you, are you sure that the transfer of the racecourse ground into your private company is legal?
We came here.
Can you answer that question, please? It's not rubbish. Why have you transferred the freehold of this club into your own... Why have you transferred the freehold of this club into your own company? Why have you done...
He knows that she's got him.
Yeah.
He had dropped a bombshell. He said the racecourse would have to be sold if the club was to survive. Last July, he served a legal notice on the club to leave the racecourse.
You could call it guerrilla warfare, really.
It was a campaign that was taken to their front doorsteps.
It signalled a declaration of war against the chairman. The very same day, Alex Hamilton responded.
With aggression, no doubt.
And this was in a week where he described the fans as low-life scum, and there he was in the middle of them. We think he went on there in the hope that somebody would hit him so that he could make a great political capital out of the fact that we were football hooligans and what have you.
Basically, I think, wrote, I resign. I signed it Alex Hamilton. That was him saying, I want out, and that was them saying, great, fine, off you go.
This is not a simple thing.
I think the thing that drives me crazy is that this is not a process that is in place to protect people.
All right.
Well, all right, I guess we'll just keep waiting.
We'll just keep waiting.
That's the thing, is you can't do anything else. There's no point getting worked up and stuff because it's not.
They can get movie star lawyers.
They could.
Miss you, love you, bye. Months
getting
past.
ready for the cameras to shut off.
Literally waiting for some lawyer to call another lawyer, who's then got to call a committee in under the auspices of protecting the club. It's hurting the club because we can't do any renovation, we can't do any real updating until we get this information. So, needless to say, I'm a little bit frustrated.
When you hear him say that out loud, it just makes you realise how ridiculous some of our measures are, like the rules that are in place.
Yeah.
The laws we live by are just so ridiculous.
To think that we could safeguard the club, that was just fantastic, you know. And yeah, oh gosh.
Yeah, huge achievement from all the fans involved to stop that from happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people contribute a lot more than that. Some people only put in the minimum amount, but then do lots of volunteering and contributing.
People put money in, and well, we all did. You know, we've got a lot to be grateful to the trust for.
The manager doesn't get as much money as he was expecting to get to invest in his football side, and so the football team isn't quite as good.
I recognise him.
Yeah.
Did he say who he was?
Yeah, it's Bryn Law. Is he a comedian or an announcer?
I just didn't see an out for the club. I didn't see a way forward.
What happens to his pub if they do expand?
Didn't see a way forward.
You know, those times are real bad, real low.
And I said, who? He said, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. I said, as in Ryan Reynolds, as in actor, and Rob. I said, I don't know him. He said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's friend.
Ryan's mate, yeah.
Oh, yes, right, okay. I said, you're joking. No, that's right. He said they've bought it. I said, I can't believe it. When they came in to buy it this time, I was a bit suspicious, and I thought, are they going to love the club like we do? You know, it's, we pray that they don't let us down.
I wouldn't have known Rob, but I would have trusted Ryan, you know, just because of that image he has.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine he would do something to affect that.
He does seem like a great guy.
Yeah, no, he does, to be fair. I can't knock him.
It is.
This is a big episode.
After many months of trying and frustration, I'd like to congratulate you. You are now the proud owners of the
Done it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Nice.
I wonder how that news went down
Wrexham
with their fan
AFC
base.
owns
They
the
must have been
racecourse ground,
delighted.
and
Yeah.
you've made it possible.
Oh,
If you so there you go. So if you want to open it up, they are your first rendered images of the new stand that AFL architects have put together.
Oh, they're going to straight away
Nice.
rebuild. Oh, is this going to be the one that's condemned?
Yes, the cop stand.
Cop, that's it.
Look here against the others.
Yeah, I know.
So out of place.
That must be what? 7,000 you could just fit in
so.
there alone?
Yeah. That's
I hope that's in place because that looks decent. And if that's how they're going to do it, if that is 6, 7, let's say 7, replicate that on the other side, you'd have 14. And then with the mids, they could be up in that to around about that could be a 35,000 seat stadium.
Could be.
That ain't too shabs, is it?
Not too shabby.
That's
at all,
basically
mate.
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're screwed as well because unless they buy up the most expensive property probably in the country, they can't expand. They'd have to spend hundreds of millions buying.
Isn't it actually in Fulham? Chelsea Stadium, I think it's in Fulham. I don't think it's actually in Chelsea.
I don't know. All I know is where they are. It is extremely pricey.
Yeah, I've been
they
down
basically
there,
can't buy the property that surrounds the stadium.
You got
to
like
expand
million pound townhouses and stuff surrounding the stadium, but they can't expand out.
Oh no, millions. These are like 7-8 million a piece. And
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely mental. Well, I mean, the way that new guy's
Their
going.
owner's got the money to
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to care. They just had a 1.6 billion wiped off by the government, when they told Abramovich that he had to sell the club to find a buyer and make sure the proceeds went through before the freeze came in on Abramovich. They wrote off the 1.6 million worth of debt.
Okay.
That's why Chelsea have no debt. And that's probably why they're going as crazy as they are. Because where like United have $1 billion of debt and all that, Chelsea have more than that. It went. Everything written off. Start again.
Yeah.
Imagine what your lot would be like if they just wrote that off. Bang, that billion,
nice.
don't worry about it anymore. Gone. So, although I think the guy who was buying the football thing for you said he was going to pay that off, I think. He wanted to make you a debt-free club.
Yeah, he's a billionaire, so it's just through 10 plus years of bad ownership.
So maybe you'll be the same. Maybe you'll pay off the debt and it'll be the same. But so that's why they don't do it anyway. But that'd be epic to have a 35,000 seater stadium. They could use that for all sorts.
Yeah.
You have concerts there and do what Spurs do basically and try and find additional ways of having revenue coming in.
Yeah, they made an agreement with the NFL, didn't they? So they're going to host a certain amount of games every year now.
Yeah.
I think they signed a 10-year deal, so that's crazy money.
Yeah, definitely. And if Wrexham can start looking at doing things like that, if there's the interest there, because all that money you keep coming in, that's how you then get ahead of other clubs. And
like we said before, Rob and Ryan aren't in it purely to make money, but they're businessmen. They're going to be thinking, how can we make money, not just for us, but for the club?
Through the series. The series must cover it, right?
100%.
What do they make out of this, do you reckon? 5-10 million a season?
I don't know, the deal.
And that's
but then does that
crazy
go to the club or does that go to them?
I would say it goes to them, but then probably into the club. So maybe not all of it, but because they, like you say, they're not going to want to lose money long term. Of
course
this.
not.
Like the thing is, I think they probably will want to turn it into a self-sufficient operation.
Yeah. But there'll be a lot of reinvestment in the early. I mean, I say early days.
Yeah.
I mean, how far behind are we from the? When did this thing actually take place?
So this is 2020.
Couple of years?
We're still 2021 at the moment.
Oh yeah, we're just post COVID, aren't we? In the show,
Yes.
so 3 years.
And we're early
behind.
in the season, so we're probably looking at about November 2021. I think.
I'm really trying to avoid any sort of looking at anything to do with Wrexham because I don't want to spoil it.
Yes.
I don't even want to know because I don't actually know. This is quite bad.
Go on.
But I don't really follow football that many leagues down.
Which explains why you do things wrong.
What's your excuse? I don't follow anything.
No, I know a lot about the lower leagues.
I mean, just in general.
Oh.
Only pronunciation. I don't know English.
Yeah.
But
it's because in Welsh.
Great, I don't know what I was going to say now.
You don't.
Yeah, so I don't actually know what league Wrexham are in because I just don't follow football that far down.
Yeah.
And now they were playing the other day, and I'm pretty sure someone said
Season
they were
has
playing.
started, yeah.
And I just made sure I didn't look because I don't want to know how they're getting on.
I do know what league they're in, but I don't know anything about this season. I will stay away from the lower league football this season. I do know a lot about the lower league. I won't tell you anything then because it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't say anything anyway. Yeah, listen to me. You prove that in that office thing. That's going to be my referral point now forever.
What's that?
Amy Adams.
I was waiting for you to stop talking so I could do that.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I agree. The Amy Adams thing, yeah, I wasn't listening. Or I just forgot. I'm getting old, mate. My memory's going.
No, I know. And I do take that into consideration.
I love having a conversation.
When I'm
acting like they're not even there.
No, because when I'm 45,
45? You chuck 7 years on top.
I would hope that you would be considerate of that.
I will.
You know,
yeah.
so
yeah. No, I will.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, no, it's a good episode. I'm glad they focused the whole one on the stadium, because that
It was nice, yeah.
It would have been a big issue, and especially I think when you've got a stadium that's so ingrained and so old, and the community's kind of built around that, you've got to keep that stadium.
Yeah.
So the fact they were able to do that was good. We didn't really see much of the previous guy, but to be honest, I don't really give a crap about what he's up to.
No, we could tell what his motives were.
Yeah, he obviously
they weren't good.
He bought the club to kind of liquidate it and just take everything he could, liquidate what
Sell
he
that
could,
ground.
and sell the assets, and take whatever money he could get. So yeah, he got enough of inclusion in that.
Yeah, it's definitely in better hands now.
What about one thing that I will do, just to give him a little bit of limelight, a little bit of airtime? You have about 1,000 people come up to your house to protest against you, and you go out in the middle of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Nah, I'm at the windows.
Yeah.
Are they gone yet?
Please.
Yeah, and even though they said what they were hoping the motives would be, like if he was hoping that someone would punch him, I mean, I'd be thinking I'm going to get stabbed.
Yeah, because if one person punches you, someone else is going to punch you as well.
Yeah, he's going
so you were actually finished.
Yeah, so no, that was a huge risk. That was
Massive
a crazy
risk.
move.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the passion and energy of Rob in that episode in particular.
Yeah.
That woman at the start, Ryan and Ryan's friend, it was
Yeah.
Rob's idea. Without Rob, I know without Ryan none of this was possible as well, but without Rob, the idea was never born. It
No.
was Rob who started it. She casually just Ryan's friend. I like the way they played on it though.
Yeah,
like,
it's
with
fun.
the
little the translation of Rob.
I can imagine. I hope there's a reaction out there or a short of when Rob first saw that.
Yeah, that'd be
being
funny.
said.
But yeah,
'Cause,
I mean, I'm not going to say everyone, but a lot of people know Ryan Reynolds, so I do get it to a degree. But
yeah, to be fair, I didn't know who Rob was before this series, but I love the passion. I love the fact every time he's on camera, he's got a different Wrexham hat on.
Yeah.
And I love the passion of the episode. No, it was a good one. Anything else you want to say?
No, I really enjoyed it. It's nice to get that. Obviously, I said I wanted to see some football action, but yeah, I did love seeing the backstory of some of the, especially the 96 coming on 97-year-old man. I mean, he's going to be nearly 99 now, isn't he, if he's still alive.
9900.
It's crazy.
You get that telegram.
But yeah, you can see what it means to people like that. And the lady was literally crying the whole episode.
I was wondering if that triggered a memory back at the time. I don't know if there was maybe because she was clearly heavily involved. She's a member of the club, and I don't know if there was a family dynamic to it, and someone's maybe not here who was at the time because she seems so emotional just talking about it that it was like it was triggering a memory in her.
The clubs, when you've been around those clubs since you were a kid. You're a working class. That's what these clubs mean to working class, and that's why when we say, I know we was about to wrap it up, but when we say that we cannot even fathom that American franchise owners can just uplift the club, club and move it to a different state, like this is everything to some people in this country. Like their clubs are everything, as you can see in this program, and it would just be I couldn't follow another football team if United ceased to be. I'm sure you'll be the same in Liverpool. I couldn't have the same passion for another club.
I'm a Wrexham fan now. What are you on about? They've even got a stand called the Cop. It'd be like I'm in the same place.
Yeah. Nah, forget them. Let's get Wrexham shirts.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, the passion that just you saw it there. I don't need to go into it again, but yeah, that's what it means to a lot of people.
Definitely, and yeah, we've said all along like that from the US sports, the North American sports, the fact you can up sticks and just have the team taken away from your city is just your state. Even it's just I can't get my head around it. I don't think I ever will be able to get my head around that. I just like you say, sometimes these stadiums, these clubs, not just in football, but obviously football is the biggest sport.
And they're in
the UK.
Yeah, the clubs and they're in families
everything.
for generations.
Yeah.
You're born into that club, and then or club, franchise, team, whatever, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and you spent 20, 30, 40 years following it. Yeah, I couldn't get my head around it, but
no, definitely not.
I feel for any fan that's had to go through that because it's not nice.
No. Well, yeah, and you see cities being stripped altogether, like Oakland, for example. They're going to lose the baseball team, and they've lost everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about time.
They've lost They lost the Raiders. They're going to lose the Athletics.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they did have I don't know if they did have hockey or basketball teams there. For some reason, I thought they had a basketball team there, B-ball, but maybe I'm tripping. But yeah, thanks for being with us on this one. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. We'll see you on the next one.